The land abandoned by the gods was far too eerie and perilous. Many players, relying on years of online gaming experience, quickly formed parties. Yet the very first monster they encountered outside the beginner village wiped them out completely. It was absolutely not an enemy a level 1 player could defeat. A small group of players noticed Qin Feng, whose alias was Shadow. They observed that his starting weapon was different from theirs, a short blade instead of a dagger. He was even faster than them, and his outfit was different too. They concluded that this Shadow player was highly unusual and that following him might lead to crucial intel. Qin Feng glanced back towards the people behind him briefly. That alerted the person and wondered if Qin Feng noticed them following him. He then used Shadow Sneak skill. Suddenly, Qin Feng vanished into thin air. The players realized it was a stealth skill, a starting skill that granted invisibility. They wondered what kind of overpowered class this was. Deciding it was too dangerous outside, they headed back to town to search for ways to improve themselves. They had already died once, and their remaining lifespan had been halved. Hidden from their view, Qin Feng examined his skills. His stealth skill, Shadow Sneak, allowed him to enter stealth for a duration. Attacking would reveal him, but the first strike after breaking stealth dealt increased damage. His stealth mastery doubled stealth duration and increased his stealth level by 1. He knew they could not see him. The Shadow class was extraordinary. A normal assassin's stealth at this level would be easy to detect, but the Shadow class had its unique stealth mastery, making it impossible for anyone or even monsters to notice him in the early game. He considered the other players naive fools. The beginner town had nothing that could actually improve strength. It was just a shelter for players. In this forsaken game, weak players were nothing but prey for monsters. His stealth was ending, but the cooldown started as soon as he activated it. Just a few more seconds, and he could vanish again. Qin Feng checked his status. His class was Shadow, level 1. Non-tradable lifespan was 75 years. Tradable lifespan 0. His base stats were 10 across the board, with additional bonuses from his class. Strength +3, Constitution +3, Agility +8, Spirit +5. All players started with base stats of 10, with different classes granting additional bonuses. In his past life as a warrior, he had only gained 3 points to Strength and Constitution, but this time, the Shadow class boosted every stat, and Agility was boosted by a whopping 8 points. He had 5 free attribute points to allocate. Most players dumped their points into Strength or Spirit to boost physical or magic attack power, but he knew that was a huge mistake. Instead, he allocated all 5 points to Agility. Agility was the key. In the early game, no matter how one allocated stats, monsters always dealt overwhelming damage to players. The only way to kill monsters without taking damage was to boost agility and increase speed. Qin Feng suddenly heard a noise. Ahead, he spotted a creature behind a tree. It is a level 1 crawler. In the midst of evolving that it was still absorbing lifespan. This was the same monster that had wiped out the 4-player party. Judging from its wounds, they had managed to take a chunk of its health. When monsters killed players, they gained the player's lifespan. If they absorbed enough, they could evolve. Qin Feng activated stealth. Then he moved into position above the crawler. He struck with stealth break strike, pinning the crawler into the ground. A single blow dealt 174 damage. The crawler was slain instantly. He gained 10 experience points that he had not expected a one-shot kill. Attacking a crawler's nape triggered a critical hit, but this damage was insane. Then he remembered his backstab skill doubled damage if the attack came from outside the enemy's vision. Stacked with multiple skills, it created a terrifying damage multiplier. He recalled his past life as a warrior, when even a critical hit barely did 40 damage, and he had to struggle for ages to kill a crawler. Nearly dying in the process, he gained 3 days of tradable lifespan and 54 years, 155 days of non-tradable lifespan. 5 people had died, each losing at least 20 to 30 years. The crawler had absorbed most of it, so he only received 54 years. Non-tradable lifespan was not useful for now. Then the Eye of Judgment's authority activated. He obtained a primal talent, Infinite Evolution, when killing monsters solo. He had a chance to earn evolution points to upgrade skills. Every 24 hours he gained 5 evolution points. Defeating a boss-class monster solo guaranteed evolution points. He currently had 5 points. Infinite Evolution. He could upgrade skills. This was power beyond rules and order. In his past life he had never heard of anything like this. No matter what gear or skill book dropped from monsters, its grade was fixed. There was no way to improve it. He decided to test it. He spent 4 evolution points to upgrade Shadow Sneak and Backstab. Shadow Sneak upgraded from normal to bronze. Stealth duration increased from 12 seconds to 16 seconds. The breaking stealth attack bonus increased from 60 to 90. Cooldown reduced from 28 seconds to 26 seconds. Backstab enhancement upgraded from inferior to normal. Attacks from behind now dealt 15% more damage instead of 10 with stealth mastery. The 16 seconds of Shadow Sneak doubled to 32 seconds. He could now maintain near-permanent invisibility. If his skills had been upgraded earlier, he could have one-shot even a full-health crawler. Nearby, other players watched. One commented that a scrawny guy was taking down a monster solo. Another said the game was easy. They boasted about their strength and offered to carry Qin Feng, calling him a struggling player. Qin Feng then noticed something on top of the tree. He identified it as a nurturer. He quickly entered Shadow Sneak and vanished. When Qin Feng vanished using stealth, they assumed he had been intimidated by their muscles and laughed it off. Then they noticed something above them. When they looked, they were shocked to see a massive creature. It was a nurturer, a level 1 bronze grade beginner boss with around 1600 health. It commanded a swarm of smaller spiders. It was not something a normal rookie could handle. Qin Feng saw the boss and smiled. Perfect. Now he could see just how strong his upgraded skills really were. Qin Feng activated stealth and moved behind the nurturer. He struck a stealth break strike, landed directly on a weak point. 338 damage flashed across his vision. The creature screeched in pain, but it retaliated. One of its limbs lashed out, grazing him. 9 damage. Close. With only 130 health, a solid hit would have killed him instantly. Fortunately, his agility was high enough to avoid the worst of it. The nurturer went into a rage. These monsters were intelligent. They would not just stand there and take hits. It began attacking indiscriminately, trying to pinpoint his location. The little spiders scattered around it went on high alert. Qin Feng knew he could not rush in recklessly anymore, but he had a plan. He picked up a rock from the ground. He had a suspicion and decided to test. Then he threw the rock towards the monster and dealt 299 weak point attack to Manhwa. With that, he confirmed his suspicion. His main damage output came from stealth's ambush strike bonus and his class skill enhancements. Even throwing a rock at the enemy would still deal solid damage. He waited for Shadow Sneak to come off cool. Then he activated stealth and threw the rock. The projectile struck the nurturer's weak point. The ambush, strike, backstab, and weak point attack bonuses all applied. 279 damage. Immediately after the throw, he reactivated Shadow Sneak and vanished again. He stayed hidden until the skill was off cooldown, then attacked again with another rock dot. A system announcement rang out across Shelltown. The leaderboard was now active. Player Shadow had slain the nurturer, a bronze grade boss, and was the first to reach level 2. Confusion erupted among the other players. Someone had soloed a boss while they were still being wiped out by normal monsters. Many wondered who this Shadow was. The group that had followed Qin Feng earlier recognized his alias. They could not believe it. They could not even handle normal mobs in a party. Yet he had killed a bronze boss alone. Some wondered if it was a system error. Another player recalled the huge spider and the swarm of little ones still around. They guessed it must have been that stealthy assassin from earlier. Qin Feng examined the loot. The nurturer's death had given him 300 experience points, propelling him to level 2. He earned 2 evolution points, unlocked the leaderboard, and gained 1 reputation point. He regretted not killing the little spiders first. They had scattered the moment the boss died, and the extra experience was lost. He obtained 46 days of tradable lifespan. 2 items dropped, a skill book called Greedy Hand, and a corrosive dagger. Greedy Hand was a bronze grade assassin skill. After learning it, he could use it on slain monsters for a 20% chance to obtain an additional loot reward. It required level 1. Qin Feng was astonished. He had not expected a bronze boss to drop such a god-tier assassin skill. In his past life, he remembered a player from the Godslayer guild whose combat strength was average, but because he had this skill, he became one of the most sought-after players, even having a personal bodyguard. He considered the possibilities. Even though the activation rate was only 20%, if he combined it with his infinite evolution talent, he could endlessly boost both the drop rate and loot quantity. The potential was limitless.
Hope you enjoyed the recap. Smash that like button if you did, and subscribe for more. See you next time.